and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Lindemann.
Here.
Ingram.
Here.
Jeremini.
Here.
Longbridge.
Here.
Carrico.
Here.
McCain.
Here.
Schwartz.
Here.
Can I get a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved. Oh, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Can I get approval of the minutes from our regular meeting on July 17th and our work session on July 10th?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. I have nothing to report. Call to the public, you'll be in just a second. Do we have any new business? Okay. Continuing business, A, replacing of the wood kiosk information board. So you're going to have to stand up at the, give your name and your address.
Hi, I'm Michael Sharp from Troop 327, and I live right around right now, so right by the park.
You would need your address.
2284 Darnell Street. And I'm planning on building the Parks and Rec, I'm planning on building a fort by the Butterfly Garden for you guys, and I will be doing all the fundraising myself and having my friends and other scouts help me build it. And I'm planning on getting this done in September and October. And so Linda, when I met with her, she said that under the board she wanted plants, and she still wants it to be really good weatherproofing. So where I work, they have this board, so they have a smaller roofing on it.
Oh, okay.
So it'll still be weatherproof, and you can still get sunlight and water under the board for your plants.
Oh, yeah.
And I also, my dad and I, we drew out this design for how we can do the board.
These are the measurements of the
Yeah.
dimensions of the board.
So it'll be about the same size still, and you'll be able to access it'll be double-sided, so you can put stuff on either side of the board. And yeah, so I plan on getting this started as soon as I get it approved. So I'm hoping to get it approved by September 5th and finish it by mid-October.
How would you open the plexiglass or whatever it is you use?
Where my dad drew on the top, so on the side, there will be an opening where it will open like this, so you can get access to it.
So it won't be sealed, you'll be able to stick your hand in, is that what you?
If I can approach.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be where we can play with the
Yeah.
ideas and stuff like that, but effectively, this is the end board here. So turn this that way. These would be like pivoting screws, so you can just lift it up and out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so basically where we will probably build this at my house, and we'll just take it over the park and plant it. And I was just wondering, do you want it cemented in?
I would guess the post should be cemented in. It's going to be a permanent.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Does anybody have any questions?
Sure. What's the next step then
So
for you or us?
I guess I would go to council, and then after I get it approved by council, then I will go to the Eagle Council and get it approved by them, and then get it approved by my scout troop, and then I will start fundraising, and then I will get all my materials and I will start building it.
Anybody have questions?
I think it would be great.
I do too. Do we have to make a motion?
Yeah.
I make a motion that we approve his issue, and thank you for taking the initiative and to send it on to council for their approval.
Second.
All in favor?
All right. Thank you for your willing to do this.
Here's your...
Well, I think we'll be in contact as you go through the process. If you would just let me know that council has approved it, and as you go through the steps, you're buying materials, if you could just keep me updated, and then I can keep the council updated where you're at.
What color do you want it to be?
Yep, those are yours.
Do you want it to be?
Like, what kind of options? Do you mean painted, or are you covering it with
I
some...
think it's solid color stain.
Oh, solid color stain? Okay.
So isn't it
A lot of
red?
options that way too.
Yeah. I think it's a reddish.
The current one's red,
Yeah.
but that's not.
No, I know.
Maybe a gray. Whatever.
Well,
Dark
it's
stain.
They'll make it
red,
stand
it's- staining would probably be better.
Yeah.
It's stain, too, stain, dark, start stain or something like
Yeah,
that.
just a
They have
dark-
grayish,
just a
brownish
dark stain.
stains.
So dark color.
Yeah,
Not the
just-
butterfly garden's good.
Yeah, we'll probably go out there and mark it for you, because there's another committee that's working on that butterfly garden right now, so, yeah, we'll get with
We'll mark-
council, and we'll actually mark it where we want it installed before that. It's ready.
Because council will have to approve where, right?
If you could, can we make copies of your dimensions and that kind of thing for our records, and then return them to you?
Are you going to take it to council?
Sure.
Does he need to present it
Sure,
to
we'll
council?
take your paperwork, and we can
Can
get
be
a copy
either
made
way.
tomorrow. I can
And
bring
then
it to
I
you
can
tomorrow.
present it, but it's always nice. I know that council likes having
So I mean,
the
since we've
scout
already approved it,
present.
does he, their meetings in a few weeks?
Sure,
Well, it's
that's
next-
kind of examples of what it'll look like.
Next month.
Sure.
September 15th.
To get it on
And
the
this
agenda.
will be the package you
Or
present
he
to
wants to get
council
moving
then,
on it.
too?
I know.
He's free.
Okay.
The council meeting is September 13th.
Oh, okay, so that's
So it's a
gonna
little later than he
be
was
when you go to
hoping.
council.
Yeah.
So, yep, they'll keep a copy of that. That's probably,
What's,
So does he have to ask to get it on, or can you do it?
oh, yeah, no, well, we motioned it, so it'll be on.
Okay.
It'll be on through us.
So, yeah, will you be available to present it at the next council meeting, which is the second Wednesday of the month,
It'll be the 13th of September.
13th of September?
it's kind of, yeah. I was
Would you be
wondering if
ready?
it had to go before council for approval, or
Does he?
does
It's
Dave
gonna
do
be
it? Because that puts him off his dates for
Yeah.
him wanting to get it done.
Well, you can start fundraising in advance, I would think.
I don't foresee
No, you
there
actually
being-
can't.
You have
Yes,
to-
we
You have to
approved.
do it all first. You have
Oh.
to get all that signed off. So, could David sign off as beneficiary? Or would it have to go through council, Mark?
Honestly, don't know. I mean,
I don't know.
There's no
It's one of
other
those-
funds from the
Well,
village.
I
No,
will
there's
be
no
able to
other
find
funds.
out.
It's simply using a
And
space.
I'll come in tomorrow and
Now,
talk to Dave, our city
We are meeting
administrator, and
tomorrow,
ask
or on
him
Wednesday. Council
if
is
you
meeting
have to be
Wednesday.
at a council meeting.
It's a
to
work session,
middle of September.
which wouldn't
before
be
you get that approval. Or if
allowable
he
to
can
vote
do
on
it
something.
himself.
But
And I'll have this
we
to
are
show
doing
him
a
everything
meeting,
about it.
a special meeting at 7
And I'll let you know
o'clock
tomorrow, okay?
to approve the sale of a boat. So maybe we could get it on this Wednesday's meeting.
Okay.
There's a Wednesday work session / special meeting that might work. I can't speak for the rest of the council or the administrator, but we can check with the administrator tomorrow
Yep, I will
and
do
see
that.
if that could be slipped on there. And then that can be done right away. And that way you could you'd have plenty of time.
Okay. All right, I'll give Dave tomorrow.
But we could we have two meetings, though. We have the first 15 minutes is scheduled as an actual council meeting, so we can approve the sale of the boat, the police boat. So we could do it there, potentially. I know, it's not though, it's weird. But that would be a meeting where we could vote on it.
Would you just have to get it on the agenda?
It could be added to the agenda, but that would be,
If you have a motion to amend.
it's a meeting where we're able to vote. We're not able to vote in a work session.
So,
So-
did you hear that they have two meetings that were?
Yep.
I'd have to, I mean, again, might be pushing it and speaking somewhat out of turn, but I'm just trying to think of the ways to make it as, getting it done as quickly as possible.
Yeah, okay.
Especially something that's not particularly
Yeah, so
controversial.
talking all the different stages he's got to go to get it done.
Right.
But I would say, talk to Dave tomorrow
Okay,
and see
I
if
have all
that's an
the
option.
pictures, I'll make copies and
He
give
understands
Dave
the law better
pictures,
than I
give
do.
one for your records, give the originals back to Michael. And then I'll just send out an email to the committee about what Dave said.
Thank
How about
you.
that?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Anything else before I move on?
No, I hope that we can
B,
work out.
Tuesdays in the park.
Well, unfortunately, last one was rained out, we had to call it off because it was a mist. If we hadn't had the climbing rock, we may have been able to have it, but legally and safety-wise, they could not have it because of even the mist. And by the time we left, about 7:45, almost near 8, no one still had arrived, so we think it was a good decision that we had called it off. Or was it 7:45? It was near 7.
Nobody posted an email either, so,
Yeah.
like, nobody posted anything on Facebook saying, oh, what happened to Tuesdays in the Park?
It was near 6, not that late.
I don't think anybody was particularly eager.
Yeah, because we waited, waited until about 10 to 6 to call it off, so that's the best we could do. So Tuesdays in the Park is done until 2024.
So there's no way to make that up?
No, because we
anyway?
only have, the kids start school within 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And the time frame to get it out, it
Yeah.
just, we had to make the call.
And the bigger problem is their staff is mostly
Nature,
college
no one,
students.
yeah, no
Yeah,
one, no
that's
one
true.
came at all, even by 6 o'clock, 6:10, whatever, so.
Yeah, that was not a good day.
Unfortunately.
Kicked down and like nobody was there. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah. No, so it was, to wait around, it just wasn't worth it. And the nature, it's just even the people from the orthodontic group came, and they didn't know what to do, so we just, it was best to call.
Yeah, for sure.
So, next year, 24.
Fishing contest.
A summer garage sale.
Oh, sorry. Summer garage sale.
It happened, obviously. It was a little bit, unfortunately, can't control the weather, and it was not the best weather. So there was a Thursday, I know, was pretty wet, and Saturday was a little better. We had about, I think it was about 40 people, 40 addresses sign up, and it seemed like it was going well in terms of, from some feedback from a couple of the garage people, and then just the general discussion on Facebook.
Fishing contest, Cody.
The morning of, we had a little bit of mist, but otherwise, it was beautiful sunshine all day. 45 people registered. We had about 25 to 30 entries. Prizes have been finalized. And now I'm going to be meeting with Ted tomorrow. We're going to finalize prizes, and then we'll reveal them at the corn roast. That's it.
Corn roast, Molly.
There's probably a few things to talk about just because we couldn't have our meeting last week. I think maybe we should get one more on the schedule before, like the week of, if everyone's available. Let me just look at the calendar really quick. So, well, the 4th is Labor Day. Maybe that Tuesday, if people are available.
I'm not available at all that week, so
Okay.
I'm only available at the corn roast.
Okay. Are you
But we
all-
can still meet and the rest of
Yeah,
us.
Yeah, that's what I
you're
said,
all
I
set
was
with all of your.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
I'm available.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm available.
Do we want to just do 6 PM that night, Clara Miller?
Sure.
Okay.
And that's on the 4th?
The 5th.
Tuesday the 5th. I did, oh, go ahead.
Do you want me to have one of my kids' tent representatives there
If
at the
they
meeting?
can. Yeah, I was
Linda would
gonna-
probably, or Vicki, or both
Okay.
would come. Okay.
So is that, everything still set? Like
Everything's
they-
done,
They know,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm
I
gonna
didn't know if
meet them-
Linda could come, that's why I was like, oh.
Yeah, no, she's leaving to go to Greece on the 10th.
Like the next day?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
But she's good.
Okay.
She's good. So
Okay.
I'll have them there at the meeting.
Perfect.
Somebody.
Okay. And you got your orders in, I figured. Okay. Good stuff. Cool. Penny Lake has our order. I went and stopped by last week, so we're all set with food. And
Corn's been ordered.
corn, I don't know, Cody.
Yeah, it was ordered.
Okay.
Yeah,
Perfect.
that's all been finalized. They're ready to go.
Okay. Anyone else? I mean, I feel like we're in a good spot.
What time's the work session again? I didn't catch it.
We're gonna do 6 PM.
6 p.m.?
Yep.
Okay.
Tuesday at 6.
I ordered the volunteer shirts.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I ordered 2 dozen. Is that, or a dozen? Wait, what did I order?
Did it,
I think I ordered a dozen.
what does it look
Okay.
like? What we had? Or
Yeah,
does
just it has the logo on it with Parks and Recs volunteer on the back.
Okay. I think we keep them kind of for board members, though, do you think? Because handing out to every volunteer, I think will get
Pretty expensive.
crazy. Do
Well,
you think?
the thing is, when in my opinion, if volunteers have a shirt on, you know who to go for. But and if that's what we want them to be able to do. If they don't, they just blend in with the crowd.
Yeah.
So-
I think it may depend upon what their position is. If someone's coming for setup, just setup.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
for
what I mean. I
sure.
think it's just
But if
a-
you're actively involved in
Working in the-
handing
Like-
out the food or cooking the dogs.
Especially the
or-
kids tent, because it's not as delineated where who's
Right.
what.
Okay.
Right.
And that might be useful there.
Yeah,
Under the,
that would
I
be-
mean, once you're behind, you've got to go through a bunch of.
No, they're going to
material
wear
get
their
to the heck of the
NHS. They most
service
likely.
area.
They usually do.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of stuff in the way, so we'll just sneak back there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I can still order more. I have a couple days to get the order and to be able to get it.
Maybe just do a couple that have, I mean, we all have, besides Linda and Brian, like, that say board member on the back.
Right.
Not that it really, I mean, everyone's there to work.
Who
but-
doesn't have a shirt?
Brian,
Yes.
Okay. So maybe I put in an order for a dozen that just say volunteer on it?
That would be good. I
Yeah, we
think.
might need for like some, like he said, for the tent, but like Lori just brought up a good thing, like the NHS kids will always wear their
Yeah,
NHS
they
t-shirts.
have their own,
So
right.
maybe some of the others.
Yes.
And then some of the people in the pit one, that's up to
But
them.
I'll order some. I
Okay.
don't think it hurts to have
Thank
them.
you. Okay.
Yeah. And then the other thing with the kids' tent is that, you know, we have kids coming in like 3 times to make those necklaces. So I'm trying to figure out a way to stop that.
Yeah, what did we do last year? Because we
You were
said that
gonna,
same
I thought
thing.
you were gonna use.
We
the-
didn't,
Yeah.
we didn't. And then maybe, is it still going to be $5? What is it?
Yeah.
Maybe we put somewhere on there that they get one of each.
I can have a sign made.
Yeah.
Or 2.
I think that would help because really it got to be a little out of control last year with the sand art,
Yeah.
you know. It kept coming back, coming back. I mean, we don't care for the spin art
Right.
Oh, that's.
or the
yeah.
pony beads. I got so many beads. It's that.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think there should be signs, something
Okay.
at
Tell me
the
what
very
you-
least.
What
Yes.
we want one of. and-
All right. I'll go
Yeah.
ahead and
Think something
send it
up.
over to you.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yep.
That was the only other thing then.
and then,
And are we still thinking about the artist tent?
so I'm just gonna ask.
Yes, you know, I am so sorry. I've been so crazy busy, but yeah, yes. Yeah, Kevin is in, and I showed you the little owl or eagle crochet things that Stacy was making.
Corn.
The little horns and the little eagles. Yeah, they're so cute.
Yeah, my daughter Jen will come. if
She's
there's a
coming,
tent.
yes,
Yeah.
good. Rose
Yeah.
can't do it. She's got a wedding that day. But we do have some,
So-
so I think it's a good, yeah, I think it would be good.
And we're going to put the tent up for
We're gonna put them underneath the car tent.
Yes.
Okay,
And where are we going to put that?
I'll figure that out.
Okay.
But I'll send you forms, just so we have people like,
Okay.
the names, so that I have the names, so when
Okay.
I'm building it out,
Okay.
I
do
can
that.
picture it better. And then I'll have the numbers exactly of how many people are doing what.
Okay.
So,
And I can help you put the tent up.
oh, the DPW does that one.
Oh, they do
so-
that.
She's going to have a sign, right?
Oh.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
I'm trying to remember, did she have a sign at Tuesday?
No, I don't
Park
think so.
that
We
day,
weren't
or-
very organized then. but
Okay.
We're better organized now.
Yeah.
News board.
That's all for me for the kids' tent.
Did you order
Did you-
signs? Oh, sorry.
I've ordered some, but I
Yeah.
have time, so
Yeah.
that's why. So I can do anything, something artist related too, if we want, but just let me know.
Okay.
How are we doing entrance for the corn?
I haven't heard, I was going to ask Mark, I mentioned.
Oh, I haven't been in this
today.
week, so.
I'll check. Last time I heard it's only 3, but I imagine it's more than that. I put up banners at Penny Lake, and I have some for El George's and Kaya too. So I'll put those up. And, Mark, I'm going to get back to you about the banner.
Okay.
Yeah, an email went out with the flyers, so people have
Yeah,
seen
I
it.
saw
They
that.
know the August 25th deadline, so.
Yep. So I just hope to get the word out there more. If we're not at or about at 16, I'm going to have to start putting flyers other places and maybe on the Commerce Township website or something. But I'll see. I'll let you know about that too.
Yeah, people tend to like do things
Last
at
minute.
the last minute.
You know from your 5K.
Yes, exactly.
Are they delivering? Well, or do we
Yeah.
have to go? Okay.
No, he's going to deliver them,
So
and he'll come back
nice.
and pick them up. So I told him I'd meet him there, and he said his crew would set them all out for me and set the bags and everything up. and-
Oh, nice.
That's
so
great.
He's going to do all that, then he'll come back and get them that evening.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, I have another question. So, since I'm not going to be there, who shall I have the face painting and the balloon art guy go get the check from?
It's
Who
usually
should I
me.
have
I hold
come
the
to you?
checks,
Okay.
Yeah, make sure to get, anybody who needs to get paid,
Yeah.
that we have checks. We should check with Jen and see what the deadline is for when she needs payments, so that she can have the checks printed in time
So
for the corner
he'll
roast.
need, you said they already printed the checks, correct?
They're going to, well, I just know they were going to print the Suburban party rental one, the end of the month, like the 26th, 27th.
Okay.
So I'll have them come and find you then?
Yeah.
Or give
Just
them
make
your
sure
number.
you give Jen.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. I'm just
Oh,
worried
okay,
about
yeah, yeah,
who
yeah.
they're going to get their money
Yeah,
from.
so I always keep it, and that's so
Okay.
it's always locked away.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Anything else? You're good, Cody?
I only did the one.
But you know, yeah, you've got to make sure to get that submitted too,
To,
Jen, so
To
that she
Jen?
knows what to
Check.
make the check out too.
oh,
For the
okay,
corn,
yes, I
yeah.
can send her that. And then I can, yeah, I think I have the price from last year too, and I ordered the same exact thing, so I can just resend that information with the previous email.
Yeah, I saw the email went out soliciting volunteers. Hopefully we're getting some people to sign up to
Hopefully.
help cook and things
Yeah.
like that.
Gotten 4 already.
Or already?
Oh, good.
Yeah, I got a couple coming for setup. I tell them like 9:30. Is that good? Because I feel like
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
need help
that's
with
fine.
like tables, chairs, that
Yeah.
sort of thing, and they're not coming right off the bat.
Yeah,
So,
so, yeah, that's
but
good.
it like
Yeah, Joyce
Catlin
and,
and, oh yeah.
yeah, and Catlin,
Okay.
Joyce and Mary and Catlin.
Okay.
Oh, good. All right, sounds like that's in good shape.
Yep.
Oh, have you done anything with NHS yet, or you wait for school to start?
Waiting for school start, so I'll probably look for next week, get that out to the principals, because a lot of people are just, teachers are just getting back in this week, so.
Just so I can confirm when I get the check, so we need one for the corn, I know it has a specific name, Suburban, the ponies, face painters, the balloon artist, is that what you said?
And what about the band?
Oh, and the band.
Yeah,
I knew there was something else, but at Penny Lake, we don't.
No, I do it after. Yep.
Okay. Holiday decorating contest, which is me. But Cody, did you have any categories?
Oh, no, because I was too busy talking with Ted and getting that all done for August, so no, I have not put any thought into this. Yeah, no, I haven't put any.
Yeah, we have time.
Yeah, exactly.
So, maybe
I know,
next
we're-
month,
we're super crunched
at least
for
for
time.
Halloween.
Yeah, next month we'll have the
Yeah,
Halloween one in September. We'll
definitely
need it in
we should
September.
get it out.
I saw a house on Walled Lake that had pumpkins on the front porch already.
What?
Yes.
Why?
Well, they even had
It's
an
like Drive.
advertisement on
I couldn't
TV,
even
like,
believe it.
here's
I'm
what the
like,
new.
Oh my God.
Surprise
I feel like I'm
pumpkins
going to
already
put a
are-
sheet over it.
Snacks with Santa.
Oh, yeah.
No, wait a minute, I don't.
Nothing with snacks yet. We're cool, but yeah. We'll work on that later.
Letters with Santa, we're good.
Yeah, I don't know about letters with Santa. I gotta find out what's going on, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were like joking there. I'm like, what do you mean?
No. I mean, if she doesn't do it, I already have a backup, but,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So there's some stuff going on.
No additional items that we need to add? Pending business, Mark, Veterans Memorial.
Met this morning, made a determination on the new brick, what we're going to go with. It looks like we're going to, they promised that by the, hopefully in September, they will have the laser up and running again, and we'll be able to go to our original style. If that does not work out, we're giving them a hard deadline of September 20th to go to this alternative version that's an epoxy that looks very similar to what we've got, but obviously if we can go with the original, we want to go with the original because we've seen over the years that it does hold up well. It's been a while since we've been able to get bricks ordered, so either way, we are confident, and they've promised that we would be able to get them delivered and into the ground in time for Veterans Day. So that's kind of what we're shooting for.
Do we have any new orders?
Yeah, we'll have a new order as well as a replacement order.
Yeah.
So,
There's nothing in Armenia, right, Park? No.
just drove by there, looked good.
And Claire Miller, playground equipment?
Everything is out for bid. So it's all been submitted, and even in like the Public Notice Weekly, there was a big old posting from the village. So we're making progress.
Tennis courts, pickleball, that's all on hold, right?
I think we're waiting for the engineer.
Well, our engineer is actually present today.
Oh, he must have snuck in.
Oh.
Yeah. So, and that was more for E than anything else, though.
Okay.
Yeah, tennis pickleball, we're just kind of, it's kind of debating what we want to do still and consult with, looking at budgeting and all that fun stuff.
E, BMX track.
So, our engineer, Mike Powell, was nice enough to have some drawing done, and this is it, these are it, I should say. They are much bigger than, let's set it this way, because they're very similar. You guys can look at them. They are much bigger, that is how you want to view it. Much larger in scale than the current one. I went out today and walked the kind of the projected space, and it would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that looks great.
Well, I don't have a bike, and there's no stunts, and I'm not going to go out there and if there's no stunts, what's the point? But
I'll give it a go.
you should do it on your unicycle. That would be a sight. But it would be a much bigger use of a nice use of the space.
Just in front of.
Because as we've always noticed in that
Yes.
area of the park, we have a
Every
lot
year
of
as we
unused
were going
space.
park.
So
Not here.
I think it's cool.
I think it'd be really cool to go something along this.
It's going to be fun. Look at that, that's cool.
Look at this. It must involve grading.
I think this is better to ask Mike than me. So if, Mike, if you wouldn't mind providing your insight and better understanding of what would be required.
Thank you. Just came from a volleyball game, so I'm not dressed to appear before you.
I thought you were going to say it just came from Hawaii. but-
Hawaii, I wish, yes.
Margaritaville?
That's correct. So this is a concept, certainly, and we're ready, willing, and able to engineer it a lot more precisely with grades. Some of the lines are not super clear, but they're meant to be wows, up and down, loop-de-loops, and some little bigger jumps and things. So if you or council were to authorize us, we could certainly do a little surveying and then do a grading layout. That pathway is proposed to be 16 feet wide, kind of enough room for 4 bikes to be side by side racing through there, so plenty of room to pass each other and have some fun. But we're ready to do anything that you would certainly like, and I apologize, I didn't really introduce myself yet. My name is Mike Powell. I've been the engineer for, 45 years now, so I know it quite well. But I don't think I've ever appeared before you folks. But we're ready, willing, and able to do whatever you might want and whatever council authorizes to make this happen. It's a relatively easy construction, really just stripping some topsoil and then maybe bringing in, we're blessed with sand and gravel below the topsoil anyway, so it's almost ready built if we remove some sod and then make those loop-de-loops and those things on it. So be a really neat use of the space. If you take a look at the 2 different styles, there's a more tighter style with some tight turns. And then I enlarged the radii a little bit and enlarged the track to allow for the start to be behind the tree, or kind of off to the west of the tree there that's sitting there. And so it's kind of whatever, if you're going to take your bike, have at it and let us know whether you like a nice, tight, concise type track or a little bit softer track.
All right.
I think a softer track would probably be
Yeah, I think it'd be more.
better.
You guys,
Young,
these
yeah,
pictures are
for the younger
Did you
ones.
say tighter or less tighter?
Softer.
Softer.
I would also just say that this is be one of those things where our signage plans would come into play, which would
Oh,
be things
I see, it's off the
like
turn. Got
no
it.
motorbikes on there
Yeah.
kind
Right.
of thing. I mean,
Can't
let's
take
keep
a
this-
golf cart on that,
Because see,
Mark?
it's kind of like, this is
At
what
your
you're
own
talking about.
risk.
He's talking about a
Yeah,
little
this
bit
would be all
softer
at your
turn
own
compared
risk.
to straight turn.
Especially if they're racing side by
Going
side.
But-
It'll
To
be
see
dynamic snowmobile track as well.
I think that we could actually, yeah, you could have some serious competition.
I know there's a lot of variables, but kind of ballpark what the cost might be for, are we talking some kind of, just the grading and everything in general?
It's just grading, it's not looking at any seed and mulch or restoration, but just removing the topsoil and letting the kids, I'm a U of L grad, so the way they determine where sidewalks should be is they build something and let the kids walk wherever they want, and then wherever the path is, that's where they put the sidewalk. This is kind of that same way, give them some idea of what the track is, and then we see how they use it, and then maybe we can tweak it the next year.
So really economical then, for another, something fun and new.
Correct.
Did you say we were going to have signs?
I'm saying that if we went with our whole idea of increased signage, this would be a perfect place to have a sign dedicated that specifically dictates, here's what we allow, here's what we don't allow, and things like that. It's sort of like a Hickory Glen. They have the same thing for all their trails. It's, no motorized bikes allowed or anything like that. It's all mountain biking and things like that, and it's, those are great trails. So I think, the same kind of thing would apply, because with respect to all the residents around there, we still want that to be a comfortable place to be, while at the same time better utilizing the park space. And still an open space is still very comfortable to be in, but when kids or adults want to really ride and enjoy themselves, they can do that in a well-designed space.
So how close does the track come to the houses?
That's a great question, I apologize. We didn't actually
Not
place that
very.
house just at the
You didn't do that yet? Okay.
There's not, it's not. Just when I walked it, that's a big open space.
I didn't know how
Oh, no,
close
you've
it was
got, that
gonna
house
get
is
to
pretty
that
far
house,
away,
yeah.
based on where you look at it relative to the track, and
line.
where because if you go down, it terminates, the lowest point is actually where the original current spot is. And so it doesn't get any further down. There is no house to that side.
Yeah, I know, it's
So-
just off the
And
little.
Yeah.
the tennis courts are across the street on the other
Right.
side, and the rest of the park.
So you've got, it doesn't really, I don't think it gets too close to any
said there is a house
residential,
on
any
it.
house itself, but you just don't want to have.
I don't think noise is going to be an issue.
I don't think so either. That's what I was saying.
Oh, no, it's not.
Hey, Mike, what are these, like, little,
Those are the ramp up and the ramp
Okay,
downs.
okay.
Some of them are bigger ramps so they can jump over them. The
Okay.
other ones are
Okay.
quick little
okay,
Smoke speed bump kind of thing.
Yeah.
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 Gradients.
oh, there's plenty of those.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that'll be fun for
Yeah.
them.
Well, and the other thing I could see it being used for, it's used occasionally for those with radio control
Yeah.
cars out there.
That's what I was thinking about,
I see kids out there
Right.
running those out there right now.
That's a good idea,
That could be fun for that too.
yeah, definitely.
So do we have to create a motion?
I'm sorry, did you have a question, sir?
Oh, sorry.
I was going to actually mention the radio controlled cars. I used to live over on Wise Road. They had BRC airplanes. They had a club that could come out there and use the Nike days. So if they're going to use RC cars, for those people that do live there, you're going to want some hours.
We get noisy?
Yes.
Yeah, because they are noisy.
Oh, I'm thinking of the gas powered one. I'm thinking the electric ones, the gas powered ones.
Those get a little noisy sometimes. On the RC cars.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because, people will love to use them for RC cars.
I have a neighbor, my parents have a neighbor on Lad in Lucille who has an RC car, and he'll whip it down Lad at like 25 miles an hour. And it is loud. It gets really, really loud. And then the other question I had for you was erosion control. When we did the initial pass-through, we were thinking about something to do with erosion control. Do you think that would be necessary, or given the soil composition, it's...
The only time you're going to get major erosion is in a hard rain, and it's not going to really leave the path. It's going to drain to the low spots of the path. So you'll end up having to build back some of the lumps occasionally, but I don't believe that there's any erosion problem that exceeds any of the requirements in Oakland County or the village.
Yeah, annual DPW maintenance.
Correct.
Do we need to, a motion to send to council, or?
Yeah. If we'd like to motion the council to authorize our village engineer to, I would say just at this point, do a more,
Detailed.
More detail.
yeah.
Study.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Can you read me that one more time, please?
Motion to council to authorize the village engineer to create a more detailed drawing of the cycle challenge area.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, we're going to leave out the word
Cycle
motocross.
challenge.
Cycle
Challenge
Yeah.
area.
We're going to leave out the word motocross because that implies
Yeah.
dirt bikes and things and problems.
Thank you, board.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
On a note, guys, just because now that I was hearing Mike talk, I did email him about the tennis courts and pickleball courts. He said one of the reasons why, they've been looking for other options is because to fill in the cracks, it has always been $10,000 to $15,000 to do the work. So it's just very costly to only get a temporary fix. We can fix that. Who knows what you're going to get out of it. So, yeah, that's why we're working on some things and those other options. But we always know that's further down the road relative to what we have coming. Oh, and Mike, when are the bids due for the Clara Miller Park stuff?
I believe we have the bid opening, if I'm not mistaken, next week. To be able to make the presentations to council and hopefully authorize. Unfortunately, the DNR, and I know we're all DNR fans, the DNR has the same stipulations on the $1 million contracts as our $100,000 contracts. And so the contractors are really bidding on the larger projects and not on the village-sized projects. So right now, we don't have any bidders at all that have accepted plans or downloaded the plans. We have reached out and sent out private requests. Besides the public notifications that DNR required and then the legal aspects of the village requirements, we've reached out to private companies to let them know that this bid is out there. So we're hoping to have a couple bids, and whether they're hopefully financially acceptable as well. Won't know until the morning of the bid opening. We give them until that morning to submit the bids, and then we publicly open those and then we'll present them to the council.
Thank you. So we should have built $1 million park.
Yeah.
That would have solved that.
Liaison reports, Planning Commission.
Yeah, the July Planning Commission meeting was canceled, so I have nothing to report from that. I got our agenda for this Thursday's August Planning Commission, and one item on there somewhat of an interest is we're revisiting the new ordinances for pools, hot tubs, and spas. We had one public hearing before, no public came. Now we've been getting some public comment through social media and places, and decided we need to revisit. We're going to have it sounds like a second public hearing and be revisiting possibly some of the language and some of those ordinances before we finalize them and send them back to council again.
Is that this Thursday?
Yes, it's on the agenda for Thursday.
Then you'll decide when the public hearing will...
Yeah, we'll have to schedule a public hearing, and we have to give 2 weeks' notice on those and things, so there's some logistics to work through.
Council Liaison, Mark?
Yeah. Met last week, had some interesting things to work through. We have a person who's requesting an easement over in Oak Island to put in a well that currently they're only getting about 20% pressure. And the way that Oak Island is drawn, the current easements and everything, they run right up to houses, or like the houses themselves in some cases are technically in the easement. So they've asked for that easement because they are running in the right of way, part of my language there. So it's a very interesting area. So we're going to allow, we've said yes, but it's all kinds of engineering work and lawyerly stuff that they got to go through to get that done, because The other option is in a very precarious spot where they would have to be able to put the well in. It'd be close to lines and sewer lines and things like that. So hopefully that'll get solved for them as quickly as possible, because I can't imagine being on 20% pressure. We approved the budget for the fishing contest and all that stuff, and some things for beautification. We approved Linda as a alternate. Did some basic bookkeeping stuff, or just to keep, like, insurance, things like that. And then, of course, we did, as Brian just mentioned, we decided to send everything back regarding the hot tubs ordinances. So he gets to work on that some more. We also set our meeting for this coming Wednesday about short-term rentals. So we will be having a work session regarding that to work out in further detail what a ordinance for people who are doing verbo and things like that, what that would look like. So yeah, and then as I mentioned, everything was out for bid, and yeah, that's just about it. Oh, he did find out that the previous week, the county did approve People's Express, our transport for people who need aid, the elderly and the like, has been approved as a provider for the village and surrounding areas. So going down the road, we don't know long-term whether or not it'll be that way, but at least for now it is, as the county continues to work and develop the massive transportation plan for the whole county that was approved in the last election. And so we'll see what happens there. But for now, at least, we're going to have better service and better hours and lower prices and things like that for our residents. So that worked out well. So that's a lot of credit to Dave Gillum and some of the other surrounding leaders that put in a lot of time and kept in contact and kept pressuring the county to say, hey, we need to keep our services going. So
Is that in effect currently, or?
the People's Express is
Oh.
providing service, and they have been for years for the
Okay.
village. It's just with the changes due to the election, due to that vote, there was a potential that we were going to lose that entirely. But that's been changed for now, and because that vote was approved millions of dollars without a really defined plan. So now they're defining the plan, and in that meantime, we at least are maintaining a quality level of service for those that need it. And we'll see what happens as they go forward with that. Yeah, that was about it.
Thank you. Commerce Park and Rec, Laura's not here, and I haven't heard from her. Any comments from board members?
I'll say thanks for your work for the fishing tournament. Those that were there seemed like they had a good time.
Yeah. Came out
We
good.
had donuts and coffee at 6 a.m.
Other than that, no.
Thank you for coming, and I'm excited about this informational bulletin board and everything else. I think it'll be a great addition to the park, and we love having Eagle Scouts do these kinds of projects. It's a great way to engage with the community and be mutually beneficial, and it's just, hopefully everything works out.
Yes, thank you, and thank you all for being here. And all the work you guys do on the events. And we wouldn't have the events if we didn't have the board and the volunteering of the board to make it a success.
All motion we adjourn?
Okay? All in
Second.
favor? Aye.
Bye.